If you're thinking about branching out and trying new hobbies, what about tree climbing? Between August 21st and 25th, you have the chance to scale some of the largest and rarest trees in the world at the 2025 Tree Climbers Rendezvous. So joining us this morning is Rosen-Fischer. He's the owner of Tree Climbing at Silver Falls. Leo, thanks so much for joining us on ArcPDX this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Okay, so tell us how this event got started and where the idea even came from.
Yeah, the global organization of tree climbers started about 20 years ago. I think their first event was in 2000, and they have different locations around the world once every year where they take people and recreational tree climbers from around the world gather. And we're hosting them at Silver Falls State Park this year. So it's a really exciting opportunity to check out an event that only comes around to our region. I think the last one in Oregon was actually 20 years ago, almost
Wow.
exactly.
So this is a pretty big deal that it's back in Oregon this year.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, and we're not going to see it in our region again for another 20 years.
That's pretty incredible. That's a good reason to go out there. Okay, so Leo, some of the largest trees in the world are right here in Oregon. Can you give us an idea of like how big these trees really are?
Yeah, so at Silver Falls State Park, we're getting special permission to set up a whole bunch of new trees just for this event, even ones that are different than the ones that we currently use for our operation to do our tours. And the trees that we're climbing on go between 200 and 300 feet tall, so they
Wow.
are very, very impressive.
What kind of gear do you use to climb trees this big?
Yeah, there's lots of different kinds of gear that you can use. The ones that we use, and we set clients up for our tours, and that we're renting out equipment for people who want to come and learn how to climb and rent equipment for us
Mm.
to do the event. It's two-hand ascenders and foot loops with descenders.
Okay, yeah, that was gonna be my next question is like who can do this event? It sounds like it's not just for expert tree climbers. It sounds like you can go there and learn and borrow equipment.
Yeah, that's correct. So we have a
Cool.
2-day learn the tree climb course right before the event. So anybody can climb. You just have to be 7 years and older.
I'm very curious. How fast is the fastest person tree climbing?
That's a good question. I don't know. We're gonna have like a 50-foot, rope climbing competition. So I guess we're gonna find out.
Okay, yeah, you'll have to go there and see. What other activities are there at this event?
Yeah, at the event, we're doing a bunch of activities, including games, kind of trying to find like little tree spirits that were hiding up in the
Oh.
trees, and then you can turn them in for prizes. There's auctions, there's presentations, there's talks on ecology and environmental topics, there's technical climbing equipment or technical climbing classes as well. So there's a large variety of activities at this event besides just tree climbing.
And I'm assuming since you are the owner of Tree Climbing at Silver Falls that you yourself enjoy tree climbing. What is it about climbing trees that you love?
Yeah. Oh, wow. There's so many things about tree climbing that I really like. I also do rock climbing as well, and they're
Uh-huh.
very different. There's something about connecting with these beautiful living giants that just really bring you closer to the nature and a very different perspective of our forest than you'll ever get unless you actually climb to the top of these trees. So it's a powerful connection. It's a great way to learn about how important these old growth, trees are to our ecology, and
Uh-huh.
there's no better way of doing that than just getting up in one.
Yeah, very cool. I'm assuming this is also a good opportunity for people to really learn about these trees and how important they are to our natural environment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So on our tours at tree climbing at Silver Falls, we always talk about the ecology and the environment and how these trees play into the ecosystem, and how animals, certain animals require
Hmm.
these trees, and there's a whole bunch of connections about old growth trees and how they relate to forest fires and everything else. So it's cool to talk about, and a lot of people don't know about it. And when they come out for our tree climbing experiences, that's when they actually get they learn about the connection of these trees to the greater whole, right? And they probably wouldn't have learned that otherwise unless they signed up for one of our experiences. And people definitely get the opportunity at this event as well.
Yeah, it's such a unique experience. You're right, and unique perspective. So let's say someone is out of town or something, they can't go to the rendezvous. Can you tell me a little bit more about tree climbing at Silver Falls? What sort of experiences do you guys give to visitors?
Yeah, so tree climbing at Silver Falls, we do half-day tours, we do sunset climbs, we do overnight tree camping, we have kids camps, teen camps. Um, so basically, no matter what time you have, you can come out and join us for a tour. We basically give, a 2-hour practice and safety demonstration before we get people on the giant old growth trees. So you're going to feel comfortable, and it's really an opportunity that's open to almost anybody, and including people, with that have needs for adaptive climbs. We get
Ah,
people who are in wheelchairs up these trees as well. So it's very open to absolutely anybody, and so feel
wow.
free to invite grandma or anybody else who thinks that they can't do this experience, like they should come out and try to climb with us.
That is awesome. I'm really glad that you made a point to say that too. You could climb a tree with grandma. That's amazing. Okay, last question. How can people register for the Tree Climbers Rendezvous?
Yeah, so you could go to our website, treeclimbingatsilverfalls.com, and then there'll be on the front page a big link that says special event, Tree Climbers Rendezvous. You can click on that for info or to book straight for the event. We have, 2-day, 3-day, or even 5-day event options, tickets.
Okay, very cool. It sounds perfectly Oregonian. And if anybody missed the beginning of this interview, again, Leo said it won't be back in Oregon for 20 years. So you got to take advantage this year. Leo Fischer, thank you so much for joining us on ARC PDX. We appreciate it.
Thank you.